would you be okay if I replied to a journalist talking about Super Killer with clips of you saying the N-word? It's just weird. You would intentionally try and mess with Andy for being an edgelord when you tell similar jokes. As I say about every joke I've ever made, well, obviously doesn't, because the post has been deleted.
Nobody even understands what your side of it is because it's convoluted and it's never explained.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you don't know some random girl is 17 and like she just happens to look older, and like, yeah, I don't think you're a pedophile. But if you're looking like at a 12-year-old and like you think that's hot, then yeah, you're a pedophile. It's over for you, okay? There's no normal man who's going to be aroused by a 12-year-old, okay?
Guys, just go on and generate all the lolly waifus you want.
How does he even know the website that will AI generate child
Christ,
porn?
why? Next up, we have Andy Warski versus Vito Giusaldi. Now, to get this out of the way right at the beginning, I actually enjoy both Vito and Andy Warski, okay? I think they're funny guys. I like the Biggest Problem in the Universe podcast. I like Kino Casino, obviously. However, I'm not like huge fans of either of them. I only like watch them when they interact more with like the commentary community. So like I watched The Biggest Problem in the Universe when Turkey Tom went on. I watched the Kino Casino whenever they talk about like flamenco, right? Just because I think that stuff's funny. I like that stuff, right? But Vito and Andy Warski have been having a bit of a little spat on Twitter, okay? So it all started with, oh my goodness, sorry. This clip on Twitter and this like random Twitter guy fucking calling out Vito and Vito feeling the need to respond for some reason. I don't know. I've noticed this with Vito before, where he kind of has a lolcow gene, where he like feels the need to respond to like every little bit of criticism he gets from every little glup shitto on Twitter, right? When like he really just doesn't need to. He could have ignored this. It was like 90 likes. It would have probably had much less had he not responded. But yeah, we can watch this clip. Fuck Vito. He's another example of trying to cancel someone.
Take.
Oh, and then also speaking about Dick Masterson and Vito, who Vito also...
Well, Vito's the biggest snitch of all time, so if it's that Eric July was flagging, like, holy shit.
Yeah, fucking when I went to my fight to fight Salt Poppy, fucking Vito found an old video of when someone on my show was saying the N-word and I was laughing, and he added... KSI,
all the journalists that were in London
all week,
and you know we had journalists come up to us at the event and ask us about this shit.
Vito's a piece of shit,
and they're like, "You guys seem like cool guys. What's all this bullshit?" Like, and we're like, "Well, this is Vito the pedophile," and they're like, "Oh, we understand." Yeah. So
I mean, like, obviously, if he did do that, which we're gonna get into, that's a very like it's just a loser thing to do, right? Like. It's so fucking gay to like at journalists and at KSI on Twitter to try and get like Andy Warski and PPP in trouble, even if you don't like them. Okay, it's just a super gay and stupid thing to do. It makes him look like a total bitch. Okay, and Vito most definitely is a bitch. It isn't canceling anyone to post video clips of how stupid they are. Yeah, but you are trying to directly financially hurt them by adding the people, like by adding people who are giving them money, right? The intention there is to stop that money from coming in, right? It's not like you're just tweeting, like, it'd be one thing if you just tweeted that clip out without any, like, you were just haha, like laughing about it, but you literally added journalists and like added KSI or whatever, right? Are you calling them liars? You did not tag certain people in a tweet? Yeah, I wanted all his new black friends to see what a racist piece of shit he is. Exactly, to hurt his fucking money. Which is like, that's literally textbook canceling, is when you at people on Twitter to fuck with someone's money, okay? He's going to lie and talk shit about me on his podcast. He can't complain when I dish out the same. What? Is Andy Warski contacting like your fucking boss and like adding YouTube team support or something to get your income taken away? Not that I've seen, buddy. He's just making fun of you for being a fat fucking loser, okay? All I did was post a clip from him calling a black kid the N-word. That's an actual clip from his show. If he's so upset about people seeing it, maybe he shouldn't have said it. I mean, sure, he's not upset about people seeing it. He's calling you a fucking loser for tweeting it out at a journalist. Because you're... I mean, like, you can complain about cancel culture all you want, but you're participating in it when you're trying to get someone's money taken away for, like, a stupid joke they made. And not even a joke he made. It was the other person on the podcast saying the N-word or on his show, and he was just laughing along, right? You're downplaying it again. You tagged a journalist and a whole bunch of other people in a tweet. Funny how you conveniently leave that out every time. And what would you get canceled from the things you said? Are you going to get mad and block me again? LOL, who is that? Answer this, and I'm going, okay. So, yeah, that's not really relevant. But I'm a promoter of Comicsgate. It seems to be a movement about conservative creators protecting their right to make art. It doesn't really make sense for a non-conservative like myself to call myself a member. I don't face the same struggles. Freedom to create. Anyone can create any comic. It just happens that right-wingers and conservatives. So, I mean, I guess he's saying that Comicsgate wasn't really a strictly conservative thing, and creative freedom applies to everyone, not just conservatives. Sure, but it's much easier to make art as a liberal, especially in comics. I mean, kind of true. Don't conflate liberal with wokeism or leftism. You know what it means? Okay, so your definition of comics to me is not sufficient or correct. So this is all just like weird nerd shit I don't really care about. But the point is, that's where it started. Okay, I don't want whatever's going to pop up there. Scary. Scary stuff. So here is Vito's call-out tweet. Okay, I'm sure this is going to be super good. Andy Warski spent years talking shit about me. I decided to throw a fraction of the heat back by making sure everybody involved in this disastrous box here on a piece of one of his comedy bits starts crying about me trying to cancel him. What a loser. And I mean, again, he is leaving out the part where he calls, where like he adds Twitter journalists and KSI on Twitter, right? That is the issue. Isn't you tweeting this clip out? If this was just like the tweet you tweeted out, if this was just like the initial tweet, nobody would care, right? But it's like you added all these Twitter journalists, and then he tweets out a clip of PPP saying the N-word. At least Andy has some small semblance of comedic talent, unlike his retarded co-host. The idea of a hilarious character is a guy who yells the N-word at video games. So I mean, yeah. And I mean, dunking on PPP and Andy Warski for like being unfunny is fine. You can do that all day. The issue is when you're trying to directly hurt their finances, right? That's fucked up, and I don't agree with that, especially when it's just over like retarded ass jokes online. And also because Vito has said the N-word on multiple occasions, and people could do the same thing to him if they really wanted to. Honestly, I'm not clutching my pearls over Andy being a shitty or comedian. I could care less. I mean, you kind of are. Because I mean, I don't think you are. I think, honestly, that you just have such a hate boner for Andy that you want to hurt his financials as much as possible. For whatever reason. But don't fake fights if you're going to cry when somebody throws a punch back. I mean, this is the whole thing, right? Like, where this is why people criticized Ethan so much in his controversy with Keemstar, is because he started attacking sponsors like G Fuel, when obviously that is a step too far in the internet beef. That is widely considered a step. It's a step too far, right? Because you're attacking someone's finances, and that should not be normalized in the online space. Okay. So then I am obviously the center of the universe, and I had an argument with Vito, so I figured I'd show that there. Is it true, though, you tagged journalists on Twitter? If you did, that's pretty lame. Also, I'm ratioing them, so you know I'm right. Some journalists had written a big, stupid article about how inspiring Andy Warski's redemption arc was. I replied to it with a link of a video and told him Andy was a talentless edgelord, which he is. And, okay, a little context here. Vito writes a comic book called Super Killer. Like, that's his comic book. I don't even know if it's out yet. But then would you be okay if I replied to a journalist talking about Super Killer with clips of you saying the N-word? It's just weird. You would intentionally try and mess with Andy for being an edgelord when you tell similar jokes. I don't recall ever calling a black kid a chimp or laughing at the idea of him breaking his neck. Genuinely, who cares? Not a joke I would have made. But it's the internet. Seems like a slippery slope, tattling on edginess you perceive as too far, when many people would do the same to you for jokes you have made. I mean, exactly. It's literally a slippery slope where, like, who decides what is too far? Is calling a black kid a chimp too far? Is saying the N-word? Like, a lot of people would say that saying the N-word is straight up too far. And no matter what the context, whether it's joking, whether it's historical, a lot of people would make the absolutely retarded argument that saying the N-word is too far. And a lot of people would probably try and cancel Vito for that. And then here, let me find this. This is a funny screenshot. He actually replied. Oh, this wasn't a different tweet, but he replied to me saying this, and I grabbed a screenshot. People could go nuts. I stand by every joke I've ever made. That was in reply to would you be okay if someone like he's saying people can go outside say by every joke I ever made? Well, obviously he doesn't because the post has been deleted. So, yikes. Yeah, but Andy can call me a pedophile for years to thousands of viewers. That's totally cool. I mean, Vito wants to cry about people calling him a pedophile, but his name on Twitter was the Vitophile for a while, and he made all these like arguments defending no maps, like all these. It's basically the Vosh thing where he's rolled around in mud, he's gotten all dirty, he's played with pigs, and now he's all muddy, and he wants to cry about people calling him a pedophile. But dude, it's your actions and the jokes you've made and the arguments you've made that have led people to believe that. So while I may not actually agree with those people, I totally understand how people come away believing that, and you can't cry about it after the fact as if you've done nothing wrong, right? When you most definitely are somewhat culpable in the reason people are calling you a pedophile. Again, not something I would say, but you defend not offending pedos. Obviously, people are going to call you a pedophile. I don't want to murder mentally ill people who haven't committed a crime. Anyone who call me a pedo because of that is retarded. Then just call him retarded and move on. But does lashing out like this get you? And I mean, it gets him nothing. That's the answer. This guy is a fucking, he's just a lolcow. Like, the lolcow, maybe he's not a full-blown lolcow, but he definitely has the gene, okay? He has the genetics. And how many other people he's called pedophiles and Nazis? I mean, yeah, true. True. Alright, then we have this tweet right here. Jesus. Andy Warski, K as Gray's loser.
Oh, so, yeah?
I mean, okay, to be fair, this is a pretty funny clip. This is a pretty funny clip.
I'm going to take him out in first round.
Oh, yeah? First round? Really? First round?
Salt Puppy on some of the best.
Damn. Oh, he just so fucked up. Oh, I don't want to. Shit, I hope that didn't copyright me, bro. So fucking annoying. And then we have this. So we have Andy Warski tweet out, "Hey Vito, I may have lost to a professional boxer in the ring, but remember when you got exposed for beating women, which made you have to change your name so everyone wouldn't find out how much twist of a person you are? Andy thinks Kiwi Farms is real. Now the police report from the time a cop lied about me hitting them with my car. A case that got immediately thrown out is evidence of beating women. What a clown show, but these guys do lie and take shit out of context." So, I mean, I don't really know this. I'm going to watch, we actually have the Kino Casino loaded up here. We're going to watch that when we get to it. I'm sure they'll talk about this a little bit, but I don't really know. That's the thing with these internet pylons. You have to constantly relitigate the tired pile of lies. I've never beat any women. It was a stupid lie invented by an insane trans person who hates me for being a white man in America. Okay, sure, buddy. Fuck, I lost my spot here. Is this the right tweet? Oh yeah, here it is. So then we have him, we're talking about it further. And you say I changed my name after 2020 arrest. It was going my middle name for the past 18 years. Coke destroys your brain, kids. My dad wanted my first name to be Vito after my grandfather, but my mom thought it was weird to name Christopher, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't really care. Okay. Just talking about names, sure. Okay. Here we have crying. The reason these social media pylons no longer bother me is because I've realized I genuinely hate 99% of the human race and have no desire to be like them. I just want to make jokes for people who like jokes. I don't care how many people it offends. I mean, this is literally like middle school this is literally middle school tier like crying, right? Like I'd expect this as to be like, this is something a middle school girl would tweet. I'll be like, man, so many fake people at my fucking at my middle school. I have so many fake friends, man. I don't even care. 90% of the human race has no desire to be. So lame. So lame. Never forget the time coke-addicted mushmouth Andy Warski live streamed sexualized images of underage girls to thousands of YouTube viewers. Andy had a borderline child porn filter so you could help the police. Hey, bro, you can help the police without downloading CP. So, like, I actually have no idea what this is about. If he doesn't get into this on the Casino, I guess we can look up this article here. But, yeah, we'll look into this. But I just wanted to show all the tweets that Vito has made about the situation before we see more of Andy Warski's side on the Kino Casino, okay? Oh yeah, I forgot. Stupid fucking Kick doesn't allow like timestamped links. So yeah, right about there.
Mediker on our show is like, where's a comic book? Funny enough, Dick Masterson, who we've all had beef with, right? Even he was watching our show, enjoying it.
I mean, Dick Masterson. I don't even. Why did they not like Dick Masterson? I actually like Dick Masterson. He's a funny guy, I thought.
Let's go.
Like, even he's like, yeah, this is pretty good. Fuck.
Well, because Mediker is his E-daddy.
Well, yeah.
Well, the thing is, all these fucking bums, like Masterson, Ricada, for whatever reason, they look up to Mediker as like their E-daddy and like their guide to everything.
Yeah.
So when Mediker counter signals what they want, they just fucking melt down and lose their shit. They just go into a pants-shitting rage. Why won't Daddy agree with me? Like, calm the fuck down. Like, why?
I mean, that's kind of true. There's a lot of Mediker wannabes I've noticed on the more sector side of the internet, and it's kind of just sad because a lot of them aren't up to it. I'll just say that a lot of them aren't up to it.
Why can't you explain it properly to them? Like,
Yeah.
nobody even understands what your side of it is because it's convoluted, retarded, and it's never explained.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so he brings up this. Masterson's like, Vito, you have to finish your fucking comic book. Very funny stuff, right? But what happens? So apparently, we hit a domino. That went, and it's...
Well, we didn't even mean to,
And
though.
it's now
because Mediker brought it up. He's like, "What?" And we're like, "I don't fucking know.
It's
I don't
spreading
pay
like
attention to
wildfire."
this shit." But
What
they're
are we
all
talking
just
about?
losing their fucking mind about this shit, just spiraling. It's like, why?
But it's like, we're now being mentioned in all these circles and stuff, and I was getting like crazy DMs and people following me, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here, right? Well, it turns out that someone in Comicsgate who watched our show
Right.
was like, why the fuck is Vito, who has not only joked about being a pedophile, but also defended maps? There's so much evidence that we can't
It's
even
just
show it all today.
unbelievable.
It's...
I mean, exactly. Everything I've seen from Vito, I wouldn't be comfortable calling him a pedophile. But it's like, dude, you play around with piggies, you're gonna get covered in mud. Okay, that's the reality of the situation. You're culpable. It's completely your fault. People are calling you that.
You have a fucking,
Guys.
like 73 slides of evidence in the Vito files?
We have that, including there was a video that I found. It's not even in this, where he was on Chrissy Mayer's show with Nina and all those chicks, the Simcast, right? And Nina is pleading with him, please stop defending pedophiles. He's like, but if they're pedophiles and they're non-offending and da-da-da, they could do whatever they want. Now hear this. Vito was with Peter Coffin.
Why can't
Andy Sinor.
Vito just have the normal take that they should all go into wood chippers?
All right.
Like, why is it so hard?
Simple.
Because nobody who's normal has any sort of investment in the well-being of pedophiles at all.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, kind of true. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of. It's just thinking like these like left wing spaces where they're like, oh, we have to fucking. I care about human beings so much. I even care about pedophiles who are like the fucking scummiest people on earth, right? Like I get it. I don't think we should just fucking like. I don't think we just should kill every single person, every single pedophile just because they're a pedophile. But I think if you are a pedophile, you should seek serious psychiatric help and most likely get chemically castrated, right?
Anybody who's normal is like, why should I sympathize with them?
Yeah.
They're evil. They fucking molest children. They're the most evil motherfucker, like the corruptors of innocence.
Yeah.
And they should die or be locked up forever.
But it's like,
But Vito has to do his fucking bullshit take, and the reason why is because he is one. I mean, that's the only like conclusion that most people are gonna go to. His defense can only be, well, I was an edgy boy and da 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 da. But it's so many times. Every time pedophile shit comes up, Vito is there like fucking Superman. Da 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 da. Pedo man.
Yeah.
To like fucking jump in and defend the pedophile.
I do love I need to watch the Kino Casino more. They're so fucking funny, man.
Pedophile's honor and come up with
Glazing.
every fucking excuse in the book for their abhorrent fucking behavior because he himself is a degenerate sex freak fuck.
yeah.
Wait, let me
we have
find
all
this.
that evidence. Everyone's just seen it, but we'll We'll probably show some of it, right? But watch this. He goes after me and you while we're at the boxing tournament, right?
Yeah.
And what happens at the boxing tournament? He shows us a clip of Geek Thulu saying the N-word a bunch of times, and I was laughing nervously. And he added everyone, misfits, all that stuff. It was 7 years old. Who cares?
All right. To be fair, you weren't laughing nervously, okay? Now, those were some pretty sincere chuckles. And I was laughing along too, okay, buddy? Come on now. Being fucked up sometimes is really funny. You don't need to be ashamed.
I've said crazy shit.
I can't play the clip just because it's YouTube. I don't want to get fucked with it all. But I don't know. If you really want to figure it out, go look at the clip. Like it's just him saying the N-word and calling the kid a chimp and saying he hopes his neck breaks. Like it's funny because it's so absurd and like out of pocket, right?
But you're trying to cancel me. So Medicare brings. So we bring this up, and
why can I not fucking?
He tries to lie and go, "I didn't try to get you canceled." And we're all like, "What the fuck?" Then he tries again. But remember this old gem here, Ash, where he gets nerd-erotic when he had
he snitches out nerd-erotic for having Alex Jones on.
Oh my
I like nerd-erotic
and there are many such cases of this.
This is one.
I mean, I don't know anything about this, but this is like actual looser behavior, man. It's so. Like, Vito, I like you. Why are you doing this? It's just... It's so fucking stupid. It genuinely, it is just like loser behavior. I don't know, man.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Neurotic.
I mean, everyone knows Vito is a snitch, and everyone knows Vito is a pedophile.
And that was his picture, by the way.
And
that was his picture.
Randall fucking Weems, who he looks up to. He looks up to Mr. Girl, the pedophile scum, and Randall fucking Weems, the snitch. And these are his fucking role models in life because he's a
Yeah, I mean, that's another fucking point where it's like, Mr. Girl is probably a pedophile. Okay, let's be honest. He said the girls and cuties were hot. That's enough for me. All right. And Vito parades around with him all the time. I mean, like, that's fine, but it's like, how do you expect to not get called a pedophile when, like, that's your company, right?
Disgusting slime. He's a shit stain on the underpants of humanity. That is Vito Gisaldi.
And he tried attacking me.
Oh, I found it. This was like when PPV was doing like da-da-da. Fucking all these fucking freaks come out of the woodwork to defend Lolly, okay? Here he comes. He's here to defend it. He's here. Thank you, Tipster. Thank you.
He likes,
Lolly
right?
Defense Force.
About the racist thing, right?
Yeah.
I tweet this out. Look at this. 70 retweets, by the way, and 580 likes. Probably way more now, right? Look at this.
Vito said non-offending means that we understand breaking the existing laws is a no-no.
That we understand.
That we. And someone goes, we? And Vito goes, we. So there Vito is admitting that he's a pedophile. Yeah. In a roundabout.
And I mean, I guess like, it's an edgy joke, bro, but like, Vito really wants to cry about people calling him a pedophile when that's a tweet he made. It was his decision to make that tweet, dude. Nobody else's. He made that tweet. He decided to tweet that publicly, and now he's mad people are calling him a pedophile.
But that's not the only time he said that. I mean, look at these takes.
Having basic empathy.
Especially, like, look at this. Having basic empathy for non-offending pedophiles will ultimately lead to less child abuse? How about a bullet for every pedophile will lead to less...
I mean, that's kind of true. But it's like, I understand what they're saying here, where it's like, he makes all these jokes about being pedophiles, and then he makes all these pro-pedophile arguments. It's like, you shouldn't do that, because people are going to call you a pedophile, right? Obviously.
Less child abuse.
Yeah. The fact that this is a controversial take is a sad reminder that we still live in an intellectual dark age.
Me an intellectual? Oh, allow me to huff my farts over maps and pedophilia. Oh, let us think of the feelings of the pedophile. Let us think about the intellectual justifications and copes we can come up with for them diddling kids. How about we don't? How about we send them and all the slime that defend them like you to the fucking wall?
Well, look at this one.
How about that? So please stop being a pedophile. He goes, I'll do what I can.
I mean...
Why? Okay, we don't believe you. Oh, watch this. We don't believe you've already exposed yourself unlikely to children. I'm about to... Okay, watch this on the next one. Only your ugly sister. The chick goes, who's a child.
Yeah.
And he goes, got any pictures?
He's just kidding around, bro.
Oh,
it's all just funny.
Jesus
it's all
Christ.
just edgy.
It's funny. Willie Mack here is all I could do is take your word. And Vito goes, put any kid in front of me, and I guarantee you I will not molest it. Why would you say this? Why would you say this?
Again, he's inquiring about pictures of children. So your solution to allegations of being a pedo is to ask for pictures of a kid? Not only that, but continue to ask.
Yep. After I finished butt fucking this
8-year-old, he gave me some great tips on doing crowd. I mean, this is what the stuff that he's saying.
This is not like it. I'm not joking. Hide your children.
I mean, yeah, again, I wouldn't be comfortable calling him a pedophile just because it's like, I've heard some pretty risky jokes. Okay, even in my real life, I've heard some pretty risky jokes. Like, it's like whatever. Okay, whatever. But it's like, after you tweet this stuff, I don't feel sympathy if people are calling you a pedophile. Okay, I don't feel any fucking sympathy for you because I mean, it's obvious why they're doing it, and it's completely your fault.
I'm not trying to fool anyone. I'm going. Okay. And by the way, this is wild defending maps.
Those ones are like, okay, well,
Maybe
okay, is he joking? And if it was just those couple, you'd go, okay,
it's a joke.
Fuck, he's being an edgy jokester, but it's not. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah,
you shouldn't joke about this.
Then,
the reason why too, it's like in this day and age, it used to be like maybe like. You would go, oh, that's funny, but there's so many of these guys now, including him. He's one of the examples. But Mr. Girl and Amos Yee and others who have used humor as a guise to do their exhibitionist pedophile shit.
Yeah.
Who are trying to shift the...
I mean, like, true, you do have to be, like, especially fucking... I mean, I do agree we should watch these people with a keen eye, okay? I mean, we just got the example of Vosh, all right?
Overton window to be more accepting towards pedophiles by using jokes and haha, isn't it so funny, guys? But meanwhile, they're saying takes like this that is meant to normalize pedophilia. He's saying, I think you're underestimating how many normal men could become aroused by a minor.
I mean, like, I guess, like, a 17-year-old who looks... But a 17-year-old who looks older, but the thing there is that they look older. Like, if you don't know some random girl is 17 and, like, she just happens to look older, then, like, yeah, I don't think you're a pedophile. But if you're looking, like, at a 12-year-old and, like, you think that's hot, then, yeah, you're a pedophile. It's over for you, okay? There's no normal man who's going to be aroused by a 12-year-old, okay?
Or under particular circumstances.
Why would he say this?
You're not a normal man.
So, like,
you're a monster. You're a fucking freak if you're getting aroused by a minor. But he's like, oh, particular circumstances. Most men are like this. No. Actually, most men aren't like that. And that's a self-report on yourself, Vito. That you're aroused by that sort of material. You watch Cuties, and like Mr. Girl, you were turned on. And he says Cuties rules.
Like, as you said that.
Yeah.
On that slide.
Yeah.
He says this.
And this all started, by the way, because Mr. Girl said he was sexually turned on by Cuties, which for me is a face-the-wall offense, right? But then this Vito had to come in and defend Mr. Girl on that and say, oh, he's getting all this unfair criticism, and you're underestimating the amount of normal men who could get turned on by this shit.
This next one is going to floor you. I know I sound like a BuzzFeed article, but read this. Apple will scan photos stored on iPhones and iCloud for child abuse imagery. Vito's take. Apple has finally figured out how to capitalize on the ongoing pedophile panic, using it as an excuse to access your private photos and data.
Well, the thing is, they could already do that anyway.
Dude, yeah, and dude, Vito is so fucking retarded, man. If he actually knew how any of this worked, he would know that's not actually what's happening, right? I don't know the ins and outs of it, right? But like this was a big point in like the Mom Max drama or whatever, where like if like there's certain like child exploitation material that just like gets picked up automatically in like the back end because it's like a video thumbprint. That's how it's been described, right? A video fingerprint on these videos, and it just picks that up and then it reports it. And they probably already can access your fucking photos and videos, right? They don't really need a reason to. like break in. But I mean, like, that is, they literally, like, they're not actually accessing it through that memes, right?
They could already do that shit anyway. So if they're gonna do it, they may as well bust pedophiles.
Yeah, true.
And no one will speak out about because being labeled a pedo is now the scariest thing imaginable.
It's always been the worst thing imaginable.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be, Vito. He says, kids love me. That doesn't make the okay to fuck them. What if I ask them nicely? It's going to age badly when you're caught grooming a minor. Get caught. If I successfully groom a minor, am I going to...
So now, mind you, this is coming from the guy who says, and this is like the same thing as Vosh, if you're constantly talking about race and you're constantly talking about Jews and you're making racial humor jokes, then you must be a Nazi. So, you know, the logic cuts both ways. If you're constantly talking about grooming children...
They're literally doing the Stone Toss comic, where it's like the dude who looks like Vosh going like, if you're always talking about Nazis, you're probably... Or if you're always talking about race, you're probably a Nazi. Anyways, back to the age of consent. Like... That's a banger comic, by the
and
way.
being attracted to children, well then, you know, chances are you're a fucking pedophile, my friend.
Yes. Here we go. This guy goes, Dear Vito, boosting your friend's failed comic career. Okay, this is about fucking a Mr. Girl. Who cares? There's so many.
Well, there's just so much. It's just overwhelming. And everybody already knows. And the bottom line about it is Vito jumped in on this like a dirty fucking attention whore. And that's what he's about. And I hate to even give him this attention. But there he goes. Lolly isn't bad, he says. You can dislike it personally, but it has zero morality attached to it.
He says this, and by the way, we're going to see...
Zero morality. I mean, wow. What a intelligent take, dude. Wow. I mean, I've discussed ad nauseum why Lolly is fucking terrible. If you jerk off to Lolly, like, get psychiatric help immediately. But, I mean, it is literally like a gateway, right? Like, that's how all these fucking porn things work. It's like, oh, well, you know, you start off, like, with, like, some lightcore stuff, like, as a kid, and then, like, but as you go on, you get more and more, like, fucking degenerate until you end up furry, fart porn, lolly, parasitical, furry, inflation porn, like, just fucking weird shit like that, right? And I'd be willing to bet that if you watch too much lolly and eventually you get sick of it, maybe you start watching child porn or want to molest a kid, okay? That's the immorality with it, buddy.
A thing he purchased as well. But guess what? He had Peter Coffin, who is fucking championing the anti-Bosch movement. Like, what?
Yeah.
And Andy Sinor. All three of them on Vito's live stream. And Vito is joining in with Peter Coffin and Andy Sinor shitting on Bosch. When meanwhile, there's so much him protecting Lolly.
Yeah.
So much. But now he's jumping on the bandwagon of being
he's an
anti-Bosch.
opportunistic piece of shit.
I mean, to be fair, I saw a little bit of Vito on J-Stalk's stream, and basically his argument was, well, he called Mr. Girl a pedophile, even though there's more evidence that he's a pedophile than there ever was for Mr. Girl. I disagree with, because Mr. Girl straight up came out and said that 14-year-old girls were hot, which is fucking... I mean, what else do you need? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Shit.
So
he's just an attention whore, and he's
I
a
added
bum.
Peter Coffin.
And the reality is, there's nobody out there that's actually a Vito fan. Vito doesn't have a fan base. He doesn't have supporters. He doesn't have clout. He has an inflated subscriber count on YouTube and an inflated Twitter follower count that allows him to hop on fucking panels and give his retarded takes on shit. Everybody always wants him kicked because his takes are always retarded, cringe, and most of the time pedophilic. This is who Vito is.
Look at this.
He says he bought a big box of Japanese Vita games, and he says pretty sure this one is going to immediately call the FBI if he tries to play. It's just like weird lolicon video
someone
games.
Literally on Kiwi Farms explained what it was. It is literally a
know.
lolly hentai visual novel that he purchased and was shipped to his house.
Right.
Dude, that is really fucking weird, man. Like, why are you buying this, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
So...
I'm not even kidding. That's what they did. Look at this.
It's fucking disgusting, man.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to teach these elementary schoolers on how to play basketball. I'm sure it will be fine.
There's just so much here. If this much evidence was that somebody was racist, he would condemn them and say they should be deplatformed.
Yep.
I mean, he's for pro deplatforming Alex Jones, Nerdrotic,
Yeah, exactly.
us.
Moon.
He's
There it
says the
is.
Kiwi Farm should be canceled. He says everything should be canceled that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
But his speech should be protected so he can do shit like this.
There it is, shitting on Josh Moon. Happy that it was destroyed.
That Epic
It was during
LLC
that
stopped
time.
providing their services.
All right, so watch this. Let me show you the next one here. So they found his. So
it turns out Vito was charged for assault.
for beating his ex-girlfriend.
Well, this is the story from Abby, who mysteriously disappeared from the internet shortly after this, deleted all their accounts or whatever.
after the police report was
But
leaked.
he
I
beat
guess
his
I need to go look
girlfriend
at the
up,
police report,
ran
right?
from the
Fuck.
police, called his friend sobbing on the phone because he didn't know what to do, pissed himself, and then got away with it because he's a white man in the USA. Okay.
Oh, well.
That's all first and second hand info as well.
All right.
His real name is Christopher Gisaldi. We had the same social circles when we were younger.
I mean, I don't think that's not a dox, because I mean, Vito tweeted his own name, so I wouldn't be showing.
He's
it
a
as
massive
dox, guys,
attention-seeking
don't worry.
piece of shit who has physically abused several people I know.
Several.
Damn, Andy tweets a lot.
And there it is. That's his fucking.
I
police
mean,
report.
that's the police report right there.
Yeah.
Assault with a deadly weapon or assault
He'd
with
admitted to
force
it and
likely to
everything.
produce great
Yeah.
bodily harm.
Yeah.
He did a whole fundraiser for it.
I mean, this is so weird, bro. Because he said Vito claimed, right, that it was because a cop claimed that like he hit him or whatever. But I mean, I don't know.
It's
He did a
now
fundraiser.
deleted.
Yep, he did a fundraiser for it.
This is who Vito is.
Okay.
I mean,
This is the guy
to be
who's
fair,
going
there
around-
is no evidence connecting this Abby person to that specific police report, right? We can only speculate. But I mean, it is I don't know. It's really not that bad. Like, I don't really care.
Trying to police this show, saying you shouldn't be allowed to watch this show because he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Here's
this is the
racy
skeletons that he has in his fucking closet.
Here's his comic book. And by the way, Ethan Van Sciver is promoting Vito. I stand by Vito. I this, that, the other. And it will be really funny, me saying this statement with the next video I have prepared for you. All right, Ash?
All right.
No.
Ash, are you Ashton has, oh, by the way, look at this quote. You are coping and seething.
I wonder if I'm in this at all.
That's all him defending about pedophilia. I swear I'm not a pedophile, but I just think kids should be. Oh, and look at this. Vosh can be both a pedophile and also not be breaking the law. But why are
I mean, that's true, but why would you tweet it?
you making videos on him then? With Peter Coffin? Interesting. Alright, that's that folder. Very, very fun.
I mean, I love how in his mind, like,
Oh, shit, I have to download this real quick.
in his mind, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is an apropos example. You know, there were no laws in Nazi Germany against genociding the Jews. You know that, right? But it was still prosecuted as a crime against humanity. Regardless of whether or not Vosh,
Vito's pet.
there's no laws against what Vosh is doing, I think it's a crime against humanity.
Yeah.
I think it lowers the standards and dignity
Jesus
of humanity
Christ.
as a whole.
Yep.
He would advocate that there are crimes against humanity for that, but not for the diddling of children or the jerking off to child porn or the jerking
Very
off to
true.
lolicon that normalizes the whole fucking thing. I don't know. It's just something to ponder when it comes to him.
So, a few days ago, right after our show, here's what happened. Ashton, strap in, buddy.
Because after all of Vito's pet-o community controversies,
Because there's a difference between what the law is and what's actually right and what's wrong. Because the law says it's okay to kill babies. I think it's wrong to kill babies. You know what I mean? The law might say it's okay to chop off 5-year-olds' penises and a sick transgender mutilation, but I say it's fucking wrong. I say it's a crime against human dignity and humanity. But these people are sick in the fucking head, twisted. What the fuck even is this shit?
Wait. We missed
Does Dick
something
Masterson
there.
have a fucking eye patch?
Yeah, he puts on a fucking pirate suit for the fucking, for the thing. Dr. Barlow's for $5. It was about a call.
Well, I know,
Dude,
but
his eye patch cannot compare to PPP's costumes, okay? PPP's costumes on the Kino Casino are absolutely elite, all right? If you haven't seen Kino Ween, bro, you're missing out.
Oh, Cumbles, we have Vito admitting to jacking off his cat. We're going to play it for you after this one.
Oh,
are you ready?
Yeah.
For all of Vito's pet-o community controversies, we've got...
By the way, when your own audience is like...
Well, they hate him. The only reason Dick Masterson keeps Vito the bumbling pedo around is because he makes him look good by comparison. Because he's his fucking whipping boy and his fucking mule and his pet lol cow to dab on every week and score cheap W's off of. Because everyone hates Vito the pedo. So that's why Diddler Dax keeps him around. And that's why everybody around Diddler Dax is a talentless, creepy fuck that has some sort of weirdness to them. Like fucking Digibro, the tranny. Or Riley and Mint Salad, the greasy sex tape that fucking came out. Clearly mentally ill, talentless fucking hacks. Or Vito, the fucking sex pest pedo that has support for maps and fucking lolicon in his background. Or fucking what's his name? That retarded guy from Australia that can't get laid. Or Ethan Ralph, enough said. Because you know what? Dick Masterson doesn't like anyone near him who could ever take his spotlight or his shine. And he doesn't have much talent or ability, so he has to scrape the absolute bottom of the shit barrel. Oh, let's find... Like, the fact he even finds these disgusting mutants to make him look good is a fucking miracle in and of itself.
Jesus,
I don't know, like... Would he do better with a good co-host?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know much about Dick Masterson, okay? Like I said, my interactions with his content has been very limited. Very, 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 very limited, okay?
No. Because it's not... Listen.
It's like the Ralph
His show
idea.
is not... No, it's not even.
Go ahead.
Dick Masterson's show is not about actually gaining viewers or traction or even making money. Dick Masterson's show is about giving the appearance that he has viewers and money and this and that when he actually has fucking nothing.
Yeah.
It's all fake. It's all astroturfed. It always has been and it always will be. Like when he claims the Patreon is over $20,000 a month and all this fucking bullshit, just look at the YouTube viewership. Just look at the analytics. It's never added up. It's never made any sense. This is all just a farce for a guy in his fucking 40s to pretend he's a Hollywood big shot on his daddy's fucking money or on the money he made from dick pills and crypto. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking farce. It's a fucking joke. He's never produced anything on the Dick Show of value. And if he did, it certainly hasn't happened in the last, 5 fucking years? Tell me, does anybody fucking remember a Dick Show bit that wasn't the Maddox lawsuit?
I don't know. I guess Dick Masterson has his own channel, though, huh?
There we go. Wow.
Does he have his own channel?
What a move.
I don't fucking know, man. I have no fucking clue. But I mean, like, to be fair, though, the views aren't really. This is rich coming from me, but the views aren't really there. So maybe they have a point. I saw like 2.1, 3.3, 2.8, 4.8. They've definitely taken a bit of a dip, I would say. Unfortunate.
Oh, this shit. He was in a Pizza Hut commercial.
Because I edited it. Okay, watch this shit. Watch this shit.
TBF to Vosh. Yeah, but Vosh is a hypocrite. That's the worst
Whoa!
part.
The high crime of being a fucking hypocrite.
That's a joke from Norm Macdonald.
Oh,
I mean, that's a good point. The hypocrisy is like the weakest fucking argument you could accuse Vosh of, right? Like, but there's so much more. I mean, again, I don't even know if I'd fucking call him a pedophile, but he is definitely a weird, degenerate sex freak who should get offline. He shouldn't be a fucking YouTuber. He should be like I said, he's built for the warehouse. Okay, put Vosh in a warehouse. That's where he belongs.
It was like Bill Cosby. The worst thing he was a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's joking about it, but he does.
I mean, the truth is, Vosh is a hypocrite on this because he condemned it when it was Nazis with Lolly. When it was Nazis who had lolicon like flamenco,
true.
They were fucking pedophiles. But now that Vosh is caught with it, there needs to be context Please, folks, let's get some context on this. There's no context that can justify it being on your fucking hard drive. He has pictures of little girls licking a horse's asshole. Let that sink in. That's what's on the hard drive. And he sits there and does an hour and 8 minutes of bullshit copes about his terrible takes in the past when recontextualized with the knowledge that he has fucking pictures of little girls licking a horse's asshole makes him look like a pedophile. He tries to make the whole thing be always just about edgy takes. No, the whole thing is you have fucking zoophile lolicon shit on your fucking hard drive, combined with your past takes makes it even worse.
Exactly.
But he took an hour and 8 minutes to even address it, and then he tries to play it down as, oh, it was just monster furry, and then he tries
Goblin
to say...
short stack, okay, PPP, get it right. It was Goblin short stack, okay, not not anything suspect at all. It being Goblin, that just makes it so much better, PPP. You don't get it, buddy. You don't get it.
Oh, it's just that I love the size of cock. I just love big cock so
Size
much
queen.
that I had to use children in the scale to make the cock look big. Because he loves horse cock. That's actually his defense for why he downloaded the images. He tries to make it out that he's this big cock-sucking faggot, which he is. He is, in fact, a big cock-sucking fag, but he's also a sick zoophile that's into horse cock and little girls. And if he wasn't, he wouldn't have downloaded it and had it in his masturbation folder. That's who Vosh is. And, like, the idea that we just sit here and intellectualize it, huff our own fucking farts, smoke cigars in the fucking green room.
These people should be hiding in a basement, not broadcasting their sanity and praising.
Let's think about whether this is ethical.
I mean, exactly.
Let's all pontificate upon it.
No,
I mean, like, dude, if you're a fucking pedophile, then, like, I don't know, dude, go seek psychiatric help. But the second best thing you can do is not work closely with kids by being a YouTuber, right? Like, if you're attracted to children, just go work in, like, a warehouse or something, dude. Like, holy fuck.
No.
Go be an assembly line worker.
No.
How about die in a fire, you retards?
Girls,
that is the worst part.
That is the worst part.
He's obviously getting off to horse lolly shit.
A bunch of it. He had a bunch of it. And
So why would you care, though? By the way,
But they don't even give a shit.
Yeah, this is weird, though, because he's saying that a bunch of it. I mean, not super true, because they only had 2 pictures of, like, what is lolly or whatever, supposedly. And, like, did Vito... I mean, they showed you earlier, buddy, having an entire comic of lolly porn or whatever. I guess I need to look into that. I don't know exactly whether it was lolly porn or not. But if I'm trusting the Kiwi farmers, then, like, you know, that could potentially be incriminating, buddy. That could be incriminating.
They're not fired up about it.
Did you know that Vito used to be a reviewer for, like, anime games? Not even joking, by the way.
Oh,
I'll have to find it.
Oh, no.
And he reviewed a hentai lolly game.
I'm not surprised.
And there was text that said, when you play with their little fucking, like, puffy nipples or some bullshit, and it was, like, highlighted. Someone, like, said, like, added the thread. And I was like, so he reviewed that bullshit and talked about playing with little girls' nipples.
Jesus.
And now he's gonna sit here and go.
Boy, he's gonna fucking pontificate on the ethics of it.
I'm not. You could see the fucking review.
But they look like they're about to go to sleep when they're talking about, like, something to me that's a great fucking travesty. Something to me where people hold Vosh up to be this role model. They hold Vosh up to be
intellectual
this
powerhouse.
political example, this thought leader, this ideological titan, this big brain, galaxy brain fucking genius, when in fact he's just a depraved, degenerate psycho that's probably a danger to children. He's certainly a danger to fucking horses.
Probably.
Well, let's be real, he is.
If you put him in a room with some kids for a while,
Oh, no.
I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him in a fucking room with children. Nor would I trust either of these people. I wouldn't trust either of these fucking people.
No.
And they're the 2 biggest fucking dummies to be talking about this ever. Because they're 2 people that have made it their mission over the last number of years
to defend it.
To defend cuties at every fucking turn, to make their whole brand about it, no matter the cost, no matter how many fans they lose, no matter how much money they lose, how many viewers are disgusted. disgusted. They just think it's fucking great to try and normalize this fucking shit. And for Dick Masterson, it's in the name of libertarianism. For Vito, it's just in the name of being a creepy fucking degenerate sick fuck that can get off on whatever the fuck he wants because that's the world we live in now and he thinks he's empowered to it. But fuck you, there are still people that have some level of fucking decency that will say no. No. It's not okay. Fuck you guys. You're sick.
Then he goes like, I thought it was goblins. No, you thought it was fucking Lolly and you were jerking off to it.
You're telling me that like it's cool to you
if it was a goblin.
That you're getting off to a horse fucking a goblin?
Why are you acting like it's weird when you defended cuties? The
he
human
still
girls
brings
dancing.
Digibro on. Digibro talks about his fantasies of wanting to fuck his sister.
But dude, they defend girls, little girls.
Being exploited, real girls
in like their
being exploited for the cuties
dancing.
Movie. Oh, it's artistic, bro.
But this is weird. Shut the fuck up. Shut your like.
Who are they to say a fucking thing
at all? They should love it. They should be like. They should be defending Bosch.
Well, normally they would, but they see an opportunity to grift.
Exactly.
They see an opportunity here to jump on a fucking bandwagon, which they said was wrong to do with cuties, to jump on the bandwagon against it, but they see an opportunity for influence, for money. They see the blood.
To be fair, this is a pretty easy bandwagon to jump on, okay? Fucking Bosch being a fucking freak, okay? Everybody's on that shit right now, because he is, okay? The only people who aren't on that bandwagon are also freaks, like fucking Keffels, Tipster, and, I don't know. They're like little freak inner circle. Gayest fesh, that fucking floundering little freak, okay?
The water with Bosch, and so they jump onto it. They can't wait with glee. We're gonna make money. But they're just degenerate fucking filth, and everyone sees them for what they are. Clout-chasing, opportunists, fucking pedophile-enabling, if not outright pedophile scum.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
And we're gonna see some crazy shit in this clip, guys. I edited in some crazy stuff. It might fucking start a domino
He's cooking,
effect
you're right.
Future drama.
Exactly.
Right, Ash?
Either hedonism overrides any other allegiance they have.
Look,
their allegiance is to pleasure for pleasure's sake, however they can get it.
I'm going to say this right now. Whatever I show here is because what was presented, and I edited it into this video. Okay? So, watch this.
But like...
Chat... Just hold on to your hats.
A horse and a lolly, like that's real? Like no, you're saying, oh, I thought it was a horse and a goblin. I was like, oh, well, there's no goblins,
also,
so that's fine.
You jerked off to it, so that means that you didn't have a problem with it then, but it became a problem later when you thought maybe it might be a pictorial representation of an underage anime girl.
It's not. Imagine even giving him that much charity. He knew right well what he was downloading. Yeah. He knew it was a child.
Yeah.
He knew it was a child licking a horse's cock and ass.
If you look at the images, that's pretty apparent, right? It's not like he even just like accidentally liked it while he was scrolling through some porn site. He downloaded it. He downloaded it, dude.
Asshole. Like, there's no mistaking what this is. There is no mistaking what this is. These are not amorphous blobs that could be any age or whatever the fuck, and oh, the canonical age of the character was under. No. These are detailed illustrations of children performing the most disgusting sex acts on horses and big cocks. Like, that's what's going on. And we're supposed to hand wave it all away. He had no idea what he was looking at, had no idea what he was downloading. This is just what we know about. That was in his to be sorted folder.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to pretend.
What about the videos?
There's no other sort of images on there or any sort of videos that he hadn't been into this for a while. This was the first picture like this.
Yeah.
The first set of images like this he had ever downloaded. And it just so happened miraculously that God felt in him that day.
That was the one
that was the one that was shown. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Are we supposed to be fucking stupid? That's what, honestly, the whole video that Vosh made is just patronizing. It's taking you for a fucking sucker. It's insulting your intelligence. He immediately at the beginning goes, oh, you know, I've already addressed all this. This is all old hat. No, you haven't. Because the fucking images were on your drive 6 days ago, Vosh.
Exactly.
That's what you really should be addressing.
He likes to pretend like this is all old, but like the reason this is resurfaced is because you had it on your computer, bro. You weird fuck.
But because they brought up his past comments in support of child porn,
He starts with that.
He starts with that
Yeah,
and
yeah.
front loads the
Yeah,
video.
and buries it in like an hour in. Exactly. Yeah. So he's just hoping that his audience, it makes filibusters, makes it super fucking boring. Just hopes his audience doesn't see it. That's exactly what he's doing.
And
Right on
bores
the
you
money.
to the point where you just turn it the fuck off.
Yeah.
That was his
I
whole
couldn't
plan.
watch it.
Exactly.
That was
yeah.
his whole plan, to huff his own farts for an hour and 8 minutes to the point where you turn it off
Wait.
before he even addresses what was real.
Wu Kang, Kung Fu Wang says one of the other folders was confirmed for having CP because of the thumbnail that was in the folder.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Of course.
The stuff-
No.
the
I
stuff-
know for sure. What? He had CP and every other folder's clean? Stop it. Stop it.
It's
Stop
all
it.
clean, bro.
Stop it.
There's not. Oh, they were just
He
short
said-
stacks.
Bro, you know what he was talking about? I don't know if you have this in the clip, but he was talking about, he goes, oh, you know, the lolly that was on my phone, I hit like on something. But when I'm in between classes and I'm scrolling through and hitting like, so you're in between classes.
Exactly.
So degenerate that you can't not look at lolly.
I mean, that's where it's
I honestly, I believe like porn addiction is definitely real, and Vaj definitely has a porn addiction. Okay, if you're watching porn and you're not even jacking off, you have a serious fucking issue. Like could you imagine just like looking at porn and not doing anything? Like you're just looking at it like for fun, and you're not like touching yourself anywhere. You're just like looking at it. What is wrong with you? You are a porn addicted. Like that is baffling.
Like he
What
thinks
the
that that's
fuck?
a good defense,
Like,
but it
you-
makes him look even more porn sick and fucked up.
it makes him look like so
Deranged.
So you're leaving class and you go, I gotta watch porn until the next. What the fuck? That made it
And the
look
whole thing,
scary.
and the whole response, he doesn't even talk about the horse cock. We're just supposed to accept
Vosh
that
is the
though
ultimate
normal.
gooner.
That somebody
Gooner.
wants to suck a horse cock,
Gooning.
or as he says, that he wants to fuck a woman with a horse cock.
Yeah.
Is that not unhinged?
Yeah.
Is that not sick in the fucking head?
Yeah.
Is that not
It's
like?
twisted.
Well, it's just not right.
Wait, and someone in chat's like, no, it was on his PC. No, I know. The story that I'm talking about was people dug in to one of his old profiles and found that even before he had liked Lolicon on this profile they found.
Oh, yeah.
And he says that profile was from when he was in school, scrolling through porn in between
and the
classes.
truth is, right, Vosh is eventually going to fuck up again and reveal his porn folder.
Again.
Exactly, and then it's gonna happen all over again. I'm like exactly.
Not going to learn from this.
He's too fucking degenerate, porn brain. Or it's gonna happen again at some point, and there's gonna be some Larian. I would be willing to bet.
Because he's so arrogant and he just believes that he can explain anything away.
Yeah.
And that in his own words, as he said, I can justify it because I myself have justified it.
Yeah.
He believes
Actually, this
that
guy
he
brings
is-
up a good point. Do you think he has like some sort of like weird fucking like humiliation fetish where like he likes to be caught and like he likes to be fucking humiliated publicly? Because I mean, dude, if I had some weird like porn shit like this, I would never admit it like publicly, bro. Like what the fuck? I would never publicly say I'm like into horse cocks or something like that. Okay, because that's fuck. I would feel so fucking embarrassed. Feel so much fucking shame. Do you think he likes the humiliation? I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Like that he maybe did it intentionally so he would get bullied and he could like jerk off to it.
is God. He decides what's right and what's wrong. You're a stupid fucking clueless moron.
Arrogant out of
Shut
your
your
mouth.
fucking mouth and obey because he's a progressive and he knows what's best for you. And if you condemn him even from that side, you're hurting progressives because apparently Joe Biden just so desperately needs Vosh to win the election. No, I think Joe Biden will be just fine without Vosh. I think everybody can successfully and safely throw Vosh into the dustbin of fucking history, wipe their ass with him, and flush him down the fucking toilet without whatsoever affecting the outcome of the 2024 election. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
So,
In
like,
fact, it'll probably be worse for their election because it makes the guy.
that'll show so
All right, so I mean, I guess here we have some sort of an explanation. I talked about this earlier. I saw this stream. LOL. He was investigating these weird Wayfair websites. It wasn't Wayfair specifically, but there was some website that was putting some really sus things on Google Images, and he was texting to see if Google was really doing That, and spoiler, yes, they did. Tell the cops on live stream. Apparently, the stream tipped off pervs and ruined the FBI's investigation. So, I mean, yeah, sure. Andy might be a fucking retard for doing that. But then, Vito, aren't you doing the same thing? Like, you're claiming they're slandering you by calling you a pedo, but you're trying to make Andy out to be some sort of pedo for this, when it's clear you know his intention was not that, right?
Promoting
will
it.
be the whole of the law.
It makes like a guy promoting all this CP stuff. Like, that's your figurehead?
Shuthead theory.
Well, to be fair, yeah, Raytheon goes, Biden will probably be better without Vosh.
Yeah,
no, I mean, that's true.
No, I said.
Intentional, but he could be so dumb he thought it would blow up. I mean, yeah, true. Like, there was that weird fucking guy who Turkey Tom covered a while back, who would, like, constantly, like, expose himself and beg people to expose him, and then he would fucking, like, immediately copyright strike them and take them down out of embarrassment, but then, he would get off on the embarrassment, so he would, like, beg them to expose him again, and the video would come back up, and he'd, like, do that, like, as a cycle. And, like, I look at people like that, and, like, they're just so fucking demented and, sexually fucked up. And Vosh is obviously bordering on that if he's looking at porn in between classes. That's like, yeah, at this point, I think that very well could be a possibility, you know? I don't remember that person's name. Yeah, I'd have to look back into that, but it's like some weird freak who likes, like, wear diapers and pretend they're, like, a little, I think they've, like, pretended to be a baby or something.
It will actually affect the election worse for Biden. By a lot.
Well, that's the thing that's the most patronizing, Ghost Balls. He can't even admit he likes Lolly. His retarded fans are buying that he didn't even know it was Lolly.
Yeah, right.
As if you don't know. Like this, I mean, the problem is, you actually have to be able to show what he fucking did, which you can't show.
Yeah.
You can't show people what the fuck. Vosh can't even show it to anybody. Like,
well, yeah, of course.
I mean, Vosh, I just want to ask, like, would Vosh show this stuff in the presence of a police officer?
No, fuck.
Would, like, really?
No.
Like, it's a pretty good benchmark. Like, would you show this in the presence of a police officer?
No.
But because nobody can share or disseminate or show because it's disgusting and sick and depraved and borderline illegal, and in Europe it is illegal, the shit that Vosh has. Because nobody can, Vosh gets to get away. Oh, you know.
Yeah, honestly, free speech laws in the U.S. are a blessing and a curse. I think free speech laws based, or for the most part, they're really based because I don't have to worry about going to jail for being like a Nazi or whatever. Like, I would never live in Germany, dude. That'd be fucking hell for me. Like, getting arrested for the things you say, hell no. But fucking. Also, it allows stuff like fucking Lolly, which is disgusting, and I feel like it'd be very easy to make a law outlining that, but I don't know. I'm not a politician, so
because nobody's gonna
fuck. It's just Lolly, though.
It's more.
Is it just Lolly? Now,
it's zoophilia shit too. No, it's not just Lolly. Here. You're right,
Ashton. I censored something here that Vito says. Because I don't even want to.
I forgot we're even fucking talking about Vito. We got on with Vosh for so fucking long.
To promote to any sickos who see this clip. Because Vito self-reports so bad right now that I had my jaw on the fucking floor. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why? Our clip channel, go sub to it. I'm going to make this clip for sure. All right, you ready? Watch this.
Real.
So why was it okay before you knew that information? And yeah, the problem is that he has all these other tweets where he goes, well, anyone who's looking at this is a danger to children and blah, blah, blah.
So if you're just reading a story of like, oh, lollies are fucking a horse. Right. It's like child porn.
No.
Guys, just go on and generate all the lolly waifus you want.
What?
I censored that. He says a website name.
That will do that.
That will AI generate.
How does he even know that?
Bro.
How does he even know the website that will AI generate child
Christ,
porn?
Why would he say that?
That's a self-report if I ever... That fucking pisses me off. And he thinks that he can publicly do that shit.
I censored it, right, Ashton?
No, but he thinks you can just get away with that. He thinks you can get away with promoting that stuff publicly, saying you're a consumer of it publicly, and he thinks that nothing bad will ever fucking happen to him.
What is wrong with Vito, bro? I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's
these people. You know, these people aren't untouchable.
Why would you say
they
this?
think you can? They think they can flaunt that.
And promote
That's
it.
how comfortable they are. That's how far we've fallen as a society. How shameful it is. that he thinks he can just do that.
I was like, I do not feel comfortable with the website name. Right, Ash?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's disgusting. That he knew that.
Smirks. He thinks he's so smart.
I swear,
he's so smug about it all.
I thought I misheard. I was like, did he just say a website to generate AI?
Well, Carlos says they can flaunt it in R, but they shouldn't be able to.
What the
Phased
fuck?
Out has subscribed for 5 months. Let's get some subs for felting Vito. Right, Ash?
Let's get some subs!
Let's get some subs for felting him.
Chill.
Fucking mad.
Well, it should make anybody mad.
You're just reading.
Look.
It's not real.
So why was it
And look at Dick's face
real.
when he says this. Watch.
okay before you knew that information? And yeah, the problem is that he has all these other tweets where he goes, well, anyone who's looking at this is a danger to children and blah, blah, blah.
So
It's
if you're
like,
just
okay,
reading
then
a
you're-
story of like, oh, lollies are fucking a horse.
Right.
It's like child porn.
Yeah.
Guys, just go on and generate all the lolly waifus you want.
Dick knows here. He goes,
Well, that's fucked.
did Vito just promote the AI way of doing that?
That's crazy.
And
But he called Mr. Girl
insane.
pedophile
called
over and
Mr.
over and
Girl a
over.
pedophile a bunch. He called other people a pedophile, and he's looking at honestly worse shit than Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl isn't even looking at any of that shit.
How do you know Vito? You don't fucking know Mr. Girl's hard drive or whatever. You don't know. Let's just be honest. And I would argue that saying 14-year-old girls are hot is worse than whatever Vosh has done. But whatever. Real girls, by the way, not drawn. Saying real 14-year-old girls are hot. But, you know, whatever.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the
What do I know?
Yeah.
Mr. Girl's got that
The guy who
Drama
said
guy.
to me in a debate, remember on Killstream, that he goes, you're telling me you were attracted to the 13-year-olds on fucking Cuties?
Well, Mr. Girl was such an open, disgusting pedophile that even Vosh blushed and was disgusted. Vosh was like, "You're blowing our cover, bro. Get out of here." And kicked
The panties thing
Yeah.
on his stream.
He's asking him what he thinks the most popular strip club would be by age, and they're talking about it being 14 and all this sick shit.
Jalen chick, and he treats her horribly. No,
Isn't it
he's doing
obvious
good.
that none of these people online care about
You ready?
like
Actual pedophiles?
it's like a
What are you
Wait,
talking
you
about?
defend them. We saw 100 tweets of you defending maps.
Is it more so that they just care like so much that they just want to fucking eradicate all of it? Even anything that's fucking considered borderline, like this shit, which isn't even borderline, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not actually concerned with catching. No, they are.
They are.
Like, most people are more concerned with eradicating this crime than any other type of crime.
Well, and
because it's
also-
the crime that makes people the angriest. Because it's the most disgusting crime.
Why are people going after Vosh so hard? Because he is a figurehead.
It's indefensible.
He's a figurehead of all these
But
people who are impressionable and trying to
All
normalize.
these
I mean, like, yeah, kind of true. He is like considered one of like the three pillars of the political space, right? It's like Destiny, Hassan, and him. He's like one of the big three, admittedly the smallest of the three, but you know, he's one of them out there. And yeah,
pieces of
pedophilia.
shit have to prove that they're so smart that they can defend the indefensible.
You know what I mean?
It's just bullshit.
Look, it's, you know that guy Predator Poachers, right? He catches the most disturbing, but they're like fucking low rent, fucking pedos, like in their closet, you know, fucking rapist, scum, horrible people, right? And I'm glad he does that. The reason people are attacking Vosh so hard is because he hid it and slowly drip
Exactly,
feeds.
Ghost
He
Balls.
drip feeds normalization into.
Oh,
But,
you care
you know-
about this because you don't care about
You
the
know what
real
I mean?
thing. No, we care about this because they're the same thing.
Yes.
And we hate them both. And we think they should all face the wall. That's the truth of it.
It's like very simple. Now, guys, you ready? Okay, so as you all know, he is being backed by Comicsgate
Right.
and Ethan Van Sciver for his comic book. Now, I don't know if Ethan Van Sciver knows all this stuff about Vito. I'm sure he's heard. I'm sure he's been sent all this stuff, but he still somehow, for some reason, backs him. I don't know why. But
Well,
this
imagine
gets-
okay, this is kind of lame. Okay, we don't need to bring it there. We don't need to call out his like sponsors or whatever. Okay, I mean, really, just keep. You don't need to do that. Okay, I mean, like Andy pointed out, I'm sure he already knows. You don't need to bring it up.
trading Eric
gets
July
fucked.
for Vito.
But his comics are a bit like I'm not a fan of his artwork. But you're a
Really?
fan of Vito.
Crazy.
All right, insane. Now watch this. This gets fucking crazy right about now.
Clout contest, like it's so obvious.
Well, you said we should bring it up. We'll touch on it briefly, but last week you were getting attacked by a bunch of these comic guys, and they're
Comics Gate.
these guys who go, "Oh,
I
Vito's."
was.
Yeah, because you said one of their
Vito the
comics was
Vito.
late because they
True.
were fucking with me and calling me a criminal, a sex criminal or whatever.
Oh,
So, the Comics Gate, the people who are backing Vito, a lot of them in it are like,
We didn't realize.
he's making us look bad.
Yeah. Well, he does. He makes everybody look
He makes
bad.
them look really fucking bad, right? So they're attacking fucking Vito or whatever, right? And then they attack Dick Masterson because he's shitting on their comics for not being on time. All right, you ready?
I hope I also said it was bad because all of their comics are bad.
So Vito is trying to be part of Comics Gate. And Dick...
Does anybody actually think Vito's comic is going to be good?
No!
Like every
Damn.
single one of these people who tries to make a comic book or a movie or a TV show, it always sucks ass. It's always shit.
I mean, maybe it's
There-
good. Maybe it's
I mean,
good,
no.
dude. I mean,
No.
look.
There's a 0% chance it's good. There's a 0% chance it's good.
I mean, BBP's being a hater, but a lot of creator-made things like TV shows, movies, comic books. I mean, he's right. A lot of them suck because a lot of YouTubers they just like they don't really know what it takes like that to like they have this like hubris to them where like they think they can do all these creative things. They can make their own fucking comic book. This, and that. When in reality, a lot of the YouTubers are just like talentless freaks. Well, I mean, not talentless. Their talent is making YouTube videos. And for some reason, they think they can branch off and all these other things. And when they do, it just fucking sucks, right? But who knows? Maybe it will be good.
I don't read comic books, so I don't know. I
also-
as a
Well,
I
non-
don't
Comic
know.
books are
I
really
honestly,
boring. I have
like,
a
there's just
little
no chance. He's a
collection
talentless
here.
hack fraud. And
A Vito.
yeah,
I've
Yeah,
tried
of course,
reading them.
0%.
They're just
It's
not.
gonna be
It's-
shit.
I don't know. I
He's a hack.
can't do
Yeah, he's
it.
a hack. It's fuck. But so Dick now, while Vito is trying to get money from these people, Dick is now throwing him under the bus by saying
you know,
all
it's-
other comics
You know what
suck.
it is, honestly? It's the dying days of this grift anyway, because people in chat are saying, like, AI is going to come.
Yeah.
And people are going to be able to make basically any comic book they want using AI art
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
And be able to
Based-
produce it
based
far
alert.
faster than any of these fucking guys.
Boom, 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 boom,
Anyhow.
boom, 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 boom. I could probably produce Dark Fist in a year or two.
Yeah.
Right, Dreamweaver, and then just like put in the image of Dark Fist, put in my text, and boom, Dark Fist.
But this
comic
is
book.
like this
AI.
Comic Gates thing. It's been going on for, what, 10 years now?
6, 7.
Yeah.
6, 7
forward.
fucking years now.
2017.
But the grift has to go on forever about comics this and comics that. Like, comics are probably, let's be real, a dying fucking medium anyway.
True.
Yeah.
True.
How many people are going out and buying physical books to fucking begin with?
No, they're gonna do
I
digital.
mean, you know, it's all going to be digital distribution and shit like this anyway, and AI. Like, and I don't know. I just think that this whole fucking, like, drama about the comic books and shit like this, I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But these guys take it to a ludicrous extreme where they're going to, like, Buddy's fucking...
I mean, kind of. I don't know, dude. I think there is some novelty in like still retaining like old mediums of like entertainment, like magazines, comic books, actual books, you know. But like, he is right when he says they're on their way out. Like, nobody really is reading these anymore, right? They're just they're on the decline. And personally, I don't really care because I like shows, TV shows.
ancestor's grave
Well, it's
because
these
his
guys.
comic
It's these
art
guys.
isn't shit because they're sick fucks.
Well, the thing is too, the people who do like the comic books, right? Like, so Eric July's people, right? They like his videos. They want to support him. They want to do this, that. Let the fucking guys fucking.
They
just do
can't
his
even
thing.
explain the drama.
No, Dick Masterson literally said to Nick Mercado, you know what his response was? He goes, Nick's like, you don't actually want Eric July to be destroyed.
It's true AI putting every hobby artist out of work. Most graphics artists are probably in a shrinking industry too. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, that sucks, but like, what are you gonna do about it, dude? Like, I don't know, man. Like, sucks to be you guys, I guess. Should have picked a different job. I don't like. What are you gonna do about it? Unironically, like, I don't fucking know.
Financially, do you? And he goes, actually, I do, because I think the money that's donated to him should go to real art. Right. What makes you the arbiter of
well,
the
I know
real
of
art?
what real art is
you?
and isn't. I mean, what's Dick Masterson's experience in comic books?
Nothing.
I know.
Like, look, I'm not gonna shade other creators, but after them going, I don't think Vito should. Nobody in Comicsgate should be friends with Vito. He's a dangerous guy, and he could hurt our community.
I mean, true. Other jobs will be next. It's just you gotta prepare for the future, okay? I mean, look, being realistic, okay, there's literally nothing you as a singular person can do about AI potentially taking over your job, okay? You just have to try and plan for the future, and if you see AI encroaching on whatever job field you're within, you just need, I don't know, maybe have a little forethought, try and prepare for the future. I don't know, dude. I guess that's kind of doomer of me to say, but like, there's literally nothing you as a single person can do about it. Except for like, I guess you got like union, like all the rich actors did, but then again, even that's kind of unrealistic because all those fucking actors had like, the writers' strike. All those writers are like Hollywood tier fucking people, right? And yeah, I don't know.
Community, and then
well, he did. He already.
Well, yeah,
has.
I mean, he's
he
embarrassed everyone by his presence.
He already has. Yeah.
Was uncovered that one of the guys who's drawn like a bunch of their covers in comic books was a genuine like on the sex offender registry raped a bunch of 14-year-olds.
Oh, child molester.
Like
screenwriters.
So, a child rapist. So Vito now.
And yeah, I don't think. Honestly, I don't know if screenwriters will ever be taken over by. Because can you really replace an authentic screenwriting? I don't know, dude. Like, I think you can get something close, but I feel like real talent and real creativity can only come from a human. I don't think that. I think that the most successful stuff in the future will be from real screenwriters, just because. I mean, even if the AI gets really good, it's just pulling from other things, right? So every single thing produced by AI is just going to be really tropey and rely on archetypes, right?
Under the bus as he's trying to receive money from them.
I see.
Saying that they have supported a child
poetry.
rapist.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
smart,
but
okay. So Vito is sinking his own ship right now.
Great.
Okay? Now watch this.
actual child molester.
Really?
Not like a might-be child molester, like a served 5 years in jail for raping a 14-year-old.
That's who they hired, and they're giving me shit.
And they're giving
a bunch of kitty raper fucker.
So now he's trying to be part of their team. Now Dick is saying that they're all rapists, all kid rapists, right? Now watch this.
Payers.
Look.
How much for him to do a cover for you?
I'm willing.
Special cover. How much?
Why does
jail.
our minds even go to this shit?
Because they're twisted.
Yeah.
Because they're twisted.
I'm willing to accept that you probably didn't know.
They did know. Of course they knew.
Regardless.
They looked at his art and they didn't know he was a child rapist? That's crazy.
I don't know, okay?
Let me see what he drew.
But why don't you guys worry more about actual sex criminals?
Instead of paying them their rent.
Instead of going...
Funding their child
Vito
raping
and
expeditions to Thailand.
Had this tweet or... I don't even fucking know.
What was this guy's name?
His name's Vic King was his comment.
Okay, Vic King. Okay, so who's supporting Vito again? Ethan Van Sciver.
Name
Vic King.
The problem is his name that he raped people under is under. You probably find it on that guy's Twitter.
Who is this?
That's
Grift.
This is the guy who was saying they did a stream because they said Dick Masterson hates indie comics and Vito should
is this
not
Vic
be
King right here.
Official statement on the Vic.
But is this his art?
I think that's his. I don't know if that's his art. It must be.
He's saying, "I'm sorry, I hired a child molester," and
Robert
posted his art.
Victor, that's what's confusing. I'm like, did you post his art? Good.
Okay, they take
Thank you. It's fucking boring.
All right.
I think you might make missteps, just like I do.
Okay.
All right.
That's his
I've said
nickname.
my piece.
That's beautiful, Slick
Man,
Jimmy.
this
Thank
is
you.
such a fucking throwback to fucking 10 years ago,
What are we
like
watching?
Gamergate, fucking blood sports type fucking Google Hangouts.
Where did Dick even find this
where
guy?
we have
I think
like
he's a part of
7 fucking profile.
He's a part of the. Well, are you talking about Vito or the child molester guy? Okay. Yeah, I think he's a part of the organization that Vito works with, and he's some child molester cover artist.
Pictures, avatars, nameless fucking
Show me a
faceless
study,
people
please.
contributing fuck
Study.
all trying
Source
to
needed.
fucking drain clout from a discussion that they contribute very little to.
Yeah.
I can just tell exactly what it is without having even fucking looked at it. That's exactly what it fucking is.
So this guy was a molester, child rapist guy, right? Here it is.
So much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everybody in this community
And you are
loves
my
you,
brothers,
Ethan.
like Jimmy.
That's Ethan Van Sciver. So Vito and Dick decide to bring up this rapist that Comicsgate people defended. And then I found this.
Right.
Ethan Van Sciver.
You are. You've been on my stream. You know I like your work. You know I think you're great.
He's talking to the sex offender?
I'm pretty sure that's...
What is he thinking? He's just not thinking?
Maybe he doesn't know. Did he know at this point?
Does he believe that because he's the Pope of Comicsgate, he can forgive this guy's
sins? Did he
sins?
know? Did he know? I don't know, but apparently the guy insinuated who tweeted this out, this evidence, part of a thread, insinuated that he did.
They didn't know.
They did
says
not know.
Lord of
Okay.
the Cuckmark.
Okay. They did not know. Fair enough. Okay, cool. All right.
Thanks.
Well, here's the thing is, now you know about what Vito's done. But they're bringing it up and making Comicsgate look bad as if they did know. They're like, well, you had a rapist, right? Ethan Van Sciver didn't know. So you're throwing Ethan Van Sciver, who's defending you after getting shit on all the time, to be a pedo defender?
What sense does that make?
This makes no sense.
Because he's their biggest ally against Eric July. So why throw him under the bus?
Yeah.
It's just none of it makes any sense.
He doesn't know.
So
he doesn't know. Cool. So he doesn't know. Fine. Whatever. I'm not going to throw one under the bus for that.
Obvious.
Then they go over the guy's comic book or whatever. So, Ethan, to recap, Vito, who's been caught doing all this crazy shit, who buys Lolly, who supports pedophiles, real maps, jokes about pedophilia all the time, all this stuff, watches cuties with fucking Dick Master, all this stuff, wants to be part of Comicsgate. Ethan Van Sciver backs him, makes them all look bad. Comicsgate hates that Vito's in it.
It's just baffling to me because it's like, what lane are they trying to really go in?
Exactly.
I don't really get it.
It is just such a clusterfuck. And Vito is a retard, and Comicsgate should drop him immediately.
Well, they are going.
Come on, we're being a little cringe. Okay?
Well,
I do not agree
with
with saying that his like fucking money should drop him or whatever. Okay, I will always think that's cringe. Okay, unless someone's like a proven predator or something. Like so it's always just a little cringe. Okay,
Divers should just fucking throw him under the bus. Well, you know, it's to prove that he's never wrong or that he can't make a mistake or something like that. But honestly, if he's consistent and reasonable, he should probably just fucking get rid of Vito because Vito just snaked him.
He literally
publicly in front of everybody and made him look like a fucking douchebag child molester defender. Yeah. That's what he made him look like.
Yeah. And Ethan Van Sciver,
people in chat are saying he didn't know, so I mean,
no, I believe he did not know. That's why I brought this up, but
well, Carlos says they're going in the pedo lane. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what they always do.
But why can't look? And people brought evidence against Vito already to Ethan Van Sciver, and he's like, I'm gonna hold strong on this. I'm gonna do this, that, the other. I see all this stuff yesterday, and I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking? Comicsgate, like, listen, when 50% of your artists know who Vito is and go, listen, we can't have him in here, but you let him in? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why? For his... And by the way, he's late on his comic book.
Which is apparently one of their big criticisms of everybody fucking else was that they were late.
Yes!
And now they're fucking late.
Exactly.
And the product they're going to produce is going to be shit.
The comic book criticism is a little weak, okay, guys? I just cannot bring myself to give a flying fuck about Vito's comic book.
Worse than whatever the fuck anyone else is making, I think. So that's
What is that?
Vito.
We're doing Vito. Okay, we finished Vito. There's a lot more on Vito. Maybe we'll come back to him fucking later this week. That's Eric July just being like...
So he's dildoing a cat because heat is when a female cat is going, wow. You spayed them.
Okay, okay. I don't want to hear about the heat of the female cat. Okay, don't. They're putting the fucking cat in. Okay, dude, it's over. We're done. We're done. Oh, you thought? Okay, that's it for the warski lolly drama. Okay.